Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a hot minute. I truly appreciate everybody's patience. It's been a lot of changes going on, and my own energy is so important when it comes to readings. It's an ethical thing. I have to have my energy top notch and clear in order to give you accurate messages. Otherwise, my own emotions and energy do interfere, especially because there is that intuitive, empathic part of me too. So I'm taking on energy from others and then having my own, and it's interfering and intermingling, and then it's messing with the readings. And so I really did need to take some time to clear as much as I could for myself, in order to feel like I could do justice to the readings for y'all. So hopefully this is good and we're back. Note on personal readings that my schedule has changed, so they will have to be done on the weekends. And I know that sucks, and I'm sorry because it is hard to get to all of them. So if I'm not able to get to a personal reading on one weekend, it is going to have to wait till the next weekend before I'll get a chance. There will be the rare occasion where I'll be able to read during the week, but I'm really trying to find the best balance possible, and there's been so many changes that it's difficult right now. So please bear with me, but thanks so much for everybody's support, and let's jump into this. This is going to be the February love reading for the sun, moon, rising, Venus sign of Aquarius, pretty much any of the traits that take on the Aquarian traits. And then if for cross watchers too, you could also watch your sun, moon, rising as well, or the other person's, and that would help you get some more kind of well-rounded messages. Please like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. I appreciate so much everybody's support. I truly do. Anyways, let's jump into this. The first card that I pulled for you is the Knight of Wands. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. It could be a Leo, a Saggy, or an Aries. The Knight of Wands energy, though, comes in as so much of this. It's this hot and cold and flighty. It's like you're it's like you're the flavor of the week, but not necessarily saying that is the intention, or that is what they even think of you. It's kind of like the perception that comes to you, or perhaps to the other party. It could be vice versa. It's a general reading, but it's kind of this perception of, oh, it must be that I'm just like not, they don't really care that much. Like I'm just this thing, or I'm like this, piece of ass, for lack of a better words. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going on, even though that is the picture that's being painted. This is a very specific energy, especially with fire signs, especially with young fire males in particular, women too, but it's a very fast-paced, kind of almost reckless, but with really good luck, like super reckless, but with really good luck. But it can be really flighty or flaky or not dependable. It's something that's not too stable. It's like hot and cold, hot and cold. Like the fire's there when they're there. When they're gone, it's cold. And so that's kind of what this is indicating to me, is there is kind of this energy of somebody who's kind of acting like a playboy, or trying to like even play hard to get, maybe. The next card that we have, though, is the Devil card. The Devil card is traditionally there's so much fire in this particular deck that it does like totally say fire sign to me, even though it's traditionally a Capricorn type of an energy. And Capricorn and fire signs, especially, there are a lot of Saggy Capricorn mixes, but especially when those mixes are in the chart, it can be this kind of narrowed focus that's really focused on like all the wrong things. Like the priorities are so screwed up because it's so driven by either ego or financial gain or sex. It's driven by almost addictive behavior. There could be addictive behavior included in this. This could also be kind of this codependent type of relationship. And then the next card that we have is the Four of Pentacles, which is that clinging energy. So again, it does talk about kind of either a codependent or like a cat and mouse type game where one person runs, the other person's clinging, and then the next minute, it's vice versa or whatever. So that could be going on, or somebody could be coming and going really drastically back and forth, and then it's like holding on to just enough hope for you to be there the next time that they come around, but it's messing with you big time. And it is a vice. That Devil card is definitely something that's like, it's almost like an addiction to kind of like get to whatever the outcome is going to be. Then the next card that we have is the Nine of Swords, and this is an insane amount of stress that's going on because of this situation. One person is highly, highly stressed, and the other person is kind of just like trampling all over that almost, or completely oblivious to it, to the point that it's like, dude, if you cared, you would know that I am this stressed out about things. But there's also that it could be that there is this energy of this fear that this person is lost, like this fear of loss, and that could be something that's causing an extreme amount of stress and causing somebody to kind of like hold to the idea of working through it or figuring it out or something to that effect. Or it could be somebody contemplating whether or not to walk away, because that Four of Pentacles there, that clinging energy, can also be somebody who is trying to see how to release that, and it's causing them a lot of stress. Then directly under the Knight of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands, and this Nine of Wands is this energy of like, it's the hard seasoned battled warrior who's been out here, he's fought his battles, you know, he's still going to stand his ground, but you can see he's tired. Like, I'm tired. I'll fight you if I have to, but I'm so tired. It's like being tired, but almost feeling like you're almost at the end of this, so you just have to keep going just a little bit more. It's kind of that type of an energy. And then the next card that we have underneath the Devil card, interestingly enough, is the Seven of Pentacles. So this does say that there could be a Capricorn definitely involved. The Seven of Pentacles comes in as kind of like an underwhelmed feeling. Like, I thought things were so awesome, and now I'm just kind of underwhelmed. Like, this isn't what I expected. It could be that one party's feeling like things aren't measuring up to what they expected, because the Seven of Pentacles is kind of an energy of like, you work real hard and you're very, very patient. You're waiting for a harvest from this crop that you've planted and nourished, and then when the harvest comes, it's way less than you expected. So it's kind of like, well, crap. You know, it's not what I expected, even though it's still good. I got a harvest, yeah, but I was expecting better. I was expecting more, something different. It's kind of that energy. It is also an energy that calls for patience. And it could be either or. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like they're combined. It could just be that it calls for patience too. It just depends on the situation. The next card that we have under the Four of Pentacles is the Wheel of Fortune. And so this is something shifting. The Wheel of Fortune is the reminder that, you know, just because somebody's on the top one minute doesn't mean they won't be on the bottom the next. Like, everybody has their cycle of things that go great and things that don't go great, and the lessons that are learned and then lessons that are conquered. It's kind of that energy, and it's directly under this Four of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune also could indicate a karmic kind of an energy, like something that needs to be shifted and changed. Like, the dynamic has to change, and somebody's not wanting to let go of that, or there's too much fear, because this Four of Pentacles could be blocking that Wheel of Fortune energy, which would actually be probably turning to a positive area, because directly under this Nine of Swords here, whatever this situation is that's causing all of this stress, there's this Three of Swords, and that's some heartache. It's really It's really substantial heartache. It could be a third-party situation. But with this Wheel of Fortune right here, I feel like this is a cycle. I don't feel like this is like something where this ends in heartache and it's over. I feel like this has been going on. And it keeps going on. Somebody's letting that keep going on here. There could be addictions definitely involved. Somebody is clinging to this addictive behavior up here too. And this could be that this Knight of Wands energy is that incredibly reckless, like you don't recognize the person anymore because the addiction starts to take over, but they cling to this addiction and fight for it, and it causes this huge amount of stress. It's like you're willing to keep going, but this Seven of Pentacles comes in as like, I'm willing to keep going, but I don't know how much longer I can do that. And this Wheel of Fortune starts to turn, and then we've got this heartache here. So it's like disappointment coming on that end. Somebody's making choices that you have no control over, but it is causing an insane amount of stress for you. So let's clarify and see. Those are just a couple, some of the situations that are coming through. Please clarify that. Well, that popped right out there. So this Knight of Wands, on top of the Knight of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands energy on top of this Knight of Wands energy is definitely like highly charismatic, sexually charged, very alluring type of an energy. And it's somebody who is very manipulative, or very good at manipulating. They're incredibly charming. It doesn't necessarily mean their intentions are manipulative. It's just this behavior. It is able to evoke response in another person. I feel like with this Queen of Wands on top of the Knight of Wands, there is definitely this energy of somebody who is just like all raw passion to you. Somebody who is like, there's just something that's incredibly alluring or powerful about this person. And it could be, with this Devil card here, that could be causing some problems, because it could be that some of you are well aware that this is an unhealthy situation, but it's like you can't do anything about it. You can, but you feel like you can't. Please clarify this Devil card here for, okay. So on top of the Devil card, we have the Fool. So the Fool card could, in this particular instance, and I hardly ever say this when the Fool card pops up, but in this particular instance, I feel like somebody knows that they're being a fool. Somebody is willingly, like, covering their eyes or blinding themselves or fooling themselves about what's really going on. And this Fool card here in particular, you can see the reflection of the moon down here in the bottom, and then you've got the sun shining up here. So there is this intuition that's going on, and this wish for happiness that's going on, and this leap of faith that's going on. But on top of this Devil, it's something that this person already know. They've been here before. It's like they keep taking the same leap of faith, trusting, and it's because they're clinging to an idea of something that isn't coming to fruition. It's creating the same cycle. It's almost like that idea of, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Now, this Fool card can also indicate somebody, on top of this Devil card, I will be honest, can indicate somebody hitting rock bottom, just because I can see he's stepping right off this cliff. So it could be that there's somebody dealing with addiction, or somebody who's dealing with some pretty serious issues that are all consuming in their life that is hitting their rock bottom. And it could be that that person who's hitting their rock bottom is kind of clinging to the energy here with this Knight of Wands and this Queen of Wands, because it's such influential energy. It's such powerful energy. Please clarify this Four of Pentacles here for Aquarius, for love, for February 2018. So on top of the Four of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is that energy of it's heartache, it's hurt, it's pain. It could be somebody's clinging to pain, or it could be somebody's clinging to a situation that keeps causing them pain. I do feel like that there is some substantial heartache here. And this Four of Pentacles can be a very, very stubborn energy. It could also be that somebody is acting almost completely oblivious to very blatant and obvious heartache. It could be that one party is saying, this is what is going on with me. This is what I need from you. And then they're like blocking that or blind to it. Please clarify this Nine of Swords here for Aquarius, for love, for February 2018. What is this Nine of Swords about here for Aquarius? Please clarify this Nine of Swords here. What is this Nine of Swords about for Aquarius for February? Yeah. Okay, so on top of the Nine of Swords, we have the Temperance card. Some of you are specifically dealing with a Sagittarius. Some of you, though, this Temperance card actually comes through on top of this Nine of Swords as your energy too for me, because that's an energy that's calling into balance. For this reading too, I was just thinking this. there's not a whole lot of air for an air sign, a powerful air sign. There's not a whole lot here. It's kind of like you're out of your element. It's kind of like there's something going on that's thrown you completely out of balance. And this temperance card, excuse me, this temperance card calls for that balance. It calls for moderation in all things and bringing things back to your center. So it could be that you are overdoing it, or overthinking it, or over trying it, and everything is over and over and it's consuming you, and that needs to definitely come back into balance. You can see this is a very peaceful, powerful energy there. It's in control and it's centered. It's a strong position. This is something that completely contradicts this Nine of Swords, which is that stress up at night, totally consumed thoughts by a situation that is tearing you apart. And so this Temperance card is calling for that balance. It could be specifically that that's what it's saying to do with whatever this, if it's a fire sign or a Capricorn, that's the advice here, is pull this in, reel this in. Please clarify this Nine of Wands here for, okay. Yeah, so right on top of this Nine of Wands, we have you. And then we have the Star card. This is like a wish card. It's also a healing card. Like, you know you need to heal. This heartache here, whoever this is knows. I know that I need to heal. I'm fighting. I'm willing to keep fighting, but I have to take care of me. I have to heal. This is a beautiful card because, again, with this Temperance, where I feel like that's coming in as advice to recenter yourself and to pull everything back into moderation and to heal. This is also a wish card, so I feel like it's saying that's how you overcome this situation or this heartache here. Please clarify this Seven of Pentacles for Aquarius for love for February 2018. What is this Seven of Pentacles about here? Please clarify this Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so on top of the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is an energy. It is a messenger type energy. It's somebody who's talking. It's somebody who is, it's kind of an immature energy. You can see here that he's like, it's like he's listening in or eavesdropping almost. It's that immature kind of like drama energy. But on top of this Seven of Pentacles, again, it could be this energy of this fire sign, the hot and cold. Like, I expected more consistency, or I have been patient and you keep acting a fool kind of. It's somebody who's easily distracted or who isn't capable of communicating anything but like the superficial, you know, sometimes. Not necessarily all the time, but it's kind of like you're like, okay, dude, can we be serious for 2 seconds, please? So it's kind of like that energy. But the Page of Wands, again, is that flighty, like, I can't depend on you. And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is this energy of like, I was thinking I could have depended on you by now. Please clarify this Wheel of Fortune here for love for Aquarius. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune with the Empress here. There could be a pregnancy, honestly. That seems to be happening a lot right now. There could be a pregnancy. It could involve a mother. But again, this Empress also represents abundance. So there could be a situation where there feels like this is an imbalance in power again, and somebody needs to heal and needs to pull themselves back into balance. And this Empress represents creation and abundance on top of this Wheel of Fortune. And that's what's going to turn things. That is what is going to change things. So I feel like that's what this is saying, is if this is the abundance, if you want this abundance, this is what needs to happen. This balance and this healing needs to happen. Please clarify this Three of Swords here. Okay, that flew right out. So on top of the Three of Swords, again, we have the Nine of Wands. Again, it's that energy of somebody who's willing to continue fighting, but she is tired, she's exhausted, she's pissed, she's willing to fight, but it's almost like she's just has no idea where the enemy is coming from. And this is on top of this Three of Swords. So I feel like there is a situation that has caused quite a bit of heartache, but it's something that you're willing to fight through or get through. But I feel like it's based on the conditions of this healing and balance being able to take place. In order for this abundance to take place, in order to get through it and to keep fighting through it, I feel like that's what it's saying needs to happen, because otherwise you end up in a situation where somebody's fighting for a situation that leads to heartache. But these cards definitely indicate to me with that Wheel of Fortune there, especially with the Empress right on top of that, that is abundance that's coming in as something that can be turned to the positive. So really it's advice that I would definitely heed if it's something that's resonating with you, because it's pretty cut and dry coming through for me. So let me know what you think. I'm so glad to be able to be back for you, and hopefully this resonates, and if it doesn't, hopefully it will next time. So thank you. We'll speak with you soon.